What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. Well, if you've been watching this season of Ready to Love, you know Blake. Blake has been, and if you've been watching my reviews, you know that I am up and down with Mr. Blake, okay? Now, Blake, for me, he goes between this whole, I feel like he's gaslighting, then I'm like, well, maybe he's really sincere. Then it's this whole thing with him and Jeffrey. Who you going to believe? I don't know. Well, just like it happens pretty much every season of Ready to Love, the exes have stepped into the room. Okay. Now, Blake's ex girlfriend, it sounds like they dated many, many years ago. She said she was in her 20s and he was in his 30s. Um, but she has given us some interesting words of wisdom. So I'm gonna read you guys what she said. Now she posted this over on Lipstick Alley. So shout out to the subscriber who sort of hit me to this information. So let's go ahead and get into this. It says, I was not going to watch this season, but then my younger sister called me up to let me know that one of my exes is on the show. I just knew she was lying, but there his F boy ass was right there, front and center. Blake. First of all, Blake is his last name. His real name is Jarrell, but called Jay by his family and friends. Honestly, I had no business dating him back in the day. I was in my early 20s and dude was in his 30s, way back then. I encountered gaslighting, possessiveness, and intense jealousy, which actually led him to being physically violent with me. Not like Ike Turner violent, but like grabbing the F out of me and pushing me into a wall violently just because I saw an old high school male friend while we were at the club and he gave me a quick hug. After that, I ended the relationship because even at my young age, I realized if a man can do that, he would slowly feel comfortable to beat my down the road. He apologized, but I was not sold and I ghosted him. He was a security even back then, even back when I was dating him. So I'm not surprised to still see him in the field, which also added to me cutting him off because the way, child, let me, okay. Because the way he grabbed and threw my, oh, let me put them, I think that's the next one. Oh no, this is right here. Child, I got to keep him in order. Because the way he grabbed um my little butt and threw me into a wall was like a security guard tactic. He was a loving father, I can give him that much, but he had more issues than a Vogue subscription. He was moody, arrogant, and possessive to the fact that he would never even be jealous when I spent time with female friends. That he would be jealous even when I spent time with female friends. Honestly, the chick Natasha had pegged him all the way right. She got plenty of sense, and I noticed Jay, oh my bad, Blake, didn't like her. In my opinion, in my opinion, it's because she read the room accordingly and she wasn't sold on the bullshit he was selling. It's crazy to see him on this show. I remember telling his cousin after we broke up that the route that he was going, that he would find any woman and would stay with that would stay with his ass. And here we are now, with him at his big age on Ready to Love. All I got to say is, if a man hasn't healed or realized how toxic he could be, all of these ladies on this show need to run for the hills when it comes to him. So then she came back. Of course, this became a very popular topic down there on the blog, and people were adding their 2 cents. And so then she came back and she wrote some more. She says, I was hesitant to write this after posting my dating experience of Blake Jarrell, Jay, or whatever name he's going by these days. But after seeing all these comments trying to figure out this man and seeing that dumbass woman who keeps standing by his side that threw Jeffrey under the bus, I may as well answer some of the questions I've been tagged and explain to all of you what we're looking at when it comes to this man. I realize ain't a damn thing changed with this man. He's still the abusive, arrogant, gaslighting, and controlling man I experienced in my early 20s while he was in his mid 30s. He's still the same man, but he's not at the same that makes any sense. But he's not at the same that makes any sense, I guess. I experienced him when I was still youthful. His eyes now are weary and void. All of his fight is completely gone. And to that one front who asked, Nah, he didn't have this effed up haircut when we were dating. He had a low Caesar. Child. With that being said, Susu snatched his egotistical, narcissistic effing heart out when she told him what Jeffrey said. Jeffrey described him all the way right. He will suffocate your ass if he wants you, pop up on your ass, try to determine everything going on with you, love bomb you, and try to determine who his competition is when it comes to you. He did give that gift. Remember he gave that gift this week to Susu. He's controlling and low key crazy. But as a woman that is traumatized by this man, I don't appreciate Susu. Told all of the tea that Jeffrey spilled. He couldn't even play it off that his ego was effed up. I wouldn't wish him on my worst enemy. I was young and green when I got involved with him, but at her big age, she should know better. Okay. She goes on to talk about Susu, you know. Anyway, that's show stuff. But what I will say is I feel bad because I've already recorded my review for last night's episode, and I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. But it sounds like, based on what this woman is saying, and let's start here. We have no way of verifying that this woman really dated him. Okay, we have no way of verifying if this information is real. I'm just bringing it to y'all. You can choose to believe it or not. But this woman basically is confirming what my original opinion of Blake was, which a lot of people's original opinion of Blake was. And I ain't lying. This last episode, he sort of had me thinking, well, maybe Jeffrey is the one that is tripping and she twisted up. But no, maybe my original opinion was correct. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments. Let me know. Talk to y'all later. Peace.